thrilling, adventurous, all while delivering the promise of Disney storytelling at high speeds. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is blowing Disney Parks fans' minds at EPCOT. As post-pandemic executives tighten the spending on Disney parks, there's a good chance this new fan favorite could be replicated and coming soon to the Disneyland Resort in one of these 5 locations. Thus far, Cosmic Rewind has been the standout winner from the D23 2019 Disney Parks announcements. And it's been a while since Disney has released a theme parks product that has been this universally loved. And it's easy to see why Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind has been making Disney Parks fans so happy at EPCOT. It combines the beloved Disney Parks storytelling technique of using the Omnimover ride system, a storytelling ride vehicle that we love on every version of the Haunted Mansion, or just steps away from Cosmic Rewind over at Spaceship Earth. But what makes this attraction different than classic Omnimovers, the adventure has been turned up to 11, running on a roller coaster style track using modern technology to tell a story at high speeds. It's probably what Imagineers had dreamed of in 1975 while creating the original Space Mountain, but lacked today's modern technology to be able to fully deliver on the vision of a roller coaster that tells a story. A major reason why citizens of Disneyland could see Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind coming to the Disneyland Resort is it's much cheaper to recreate an attraction than it is to build something brand new. Skipping out on years of difficult product design, research and development, a West Coast Cosmic Rewind could fast forward to construction, skipping years of research. Not to mention the added bonus of everything that you've learned from constructing the original version. With Disney's knowledge of creating EPCOT's Cosmic Rewind, creating another version at the Disneyland Resort would be even easier and affordable, which seems to be where the post-pandemic leadership's mindset is currently at. So where can citizens of Disneyland expect to find Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind coming to the Disneyland Resort? Here are 5 realistic locations, all based on having the proper amount of space needed to house a 190,000 square foot attraction, and lands where the Cosmic Rewind attraction storytelling system matches the theming of the land's unique narrative. Guardians of the Galaxy's Cosmic Rewind in EPCOT took over the Universe of Energy show building, which houses the Galaxarium, a galaxy equivalent to a planetarium. This portion of the attraction is about 97,000 square feet, which is a little over 50% of this version of the attraction's total required space. And even though some of the ride system is inside of this building, the roller coaster itself is housed in a new massive show building situated backstage behind the Universe of Energy building and the Play Pavilion. This building clocks in at around 70,000 square feet and is connected to the Galaxarium by the launch shaft, which is 15,000 square feet. The ride has 3 major components: the pre-show, the launch, and the roller coaster. These 3 pieces will be very important for our 5 prospective West Coast locations for Cosmic Rewind. Now that the math is out of the way, let's get to the locations for Disneyland's next great roller coaster. The number 1 location is no surprise, Avengers Campus. There's already a facade built with no attraction behind it, and this land could use another e-ticket attraction. Part 1 of the attraction, the pre-show, could easily fit a 30,000 square foot show building into this space, keeping in mind that the EPCOT pre-show building is the size that it is because it was taking over the pre-existing building, the Universe of Energy show building. Disneyland historically has smaller pre-shows, so this wouldn't be anything new to West Coast park fans. To be a third smaller, this design would not conflict with the red car trolley train shed. Part 2, the launch shaft, could easily be the exact same size that it is over at EPCOT. And Part 3, the roller coaster, we would have 80,000 square feet in this space, which is 10,000 more than needed. And in preserving our precious Disneyland sightlines, the massive, tall show building would sit behind Monument Valley of Radiator Racers and the new building that was put on the backside of Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters. Therefore, there are buildings close enough to where the guests are at to block off the view of this massive warehouse. This attraction could easily fit in this space with a simpler, smaller pre-show. And, oh yeah, 2 Guardians of the Galaxy rides right next to each other? Well, friend, I'm glad you brought that up because this ride relies on scene jumping and digital boards. This could be an amazing Avengers ride on the West Coast, filming new scenes and allowing Avengers Campus recruits to finally hitch that ride to Wakanda and jump from scene to scene with their favorite Avengers, and giving Disney Parks fans a reason to visit the attraction on both coasts. But what about the previously announced Avengers e-ticket? Most fans would prefer a coaster over a simulator, and this would take care of that demand. And if Disney wants to save money on building an entire new system, they could easily replicate what they already have at EPCOT at Avengers Campus inside of Disney's California Adventure, with a couple of added costs: designing a new, smaller pre-show, but the front facade has already been constructed, and filming Marvel talent when the gang gets back together again for another big screen adventure. And because of the use of digital boards as the Marvel Cinematic Universe evolves, this attraction could be updated to bring in new heroes, new versions of heroes, and introduce new storylines, giving Marvel's Avengers Campus inside of Disney's California Adventure finally the action, thrill, and flexibility that it needs to go the long haul. Location number 2 is a little abstract of a location, but one that I think could work. The Hollywood Backlot could house a 20,000 square foot pre-show, with the launch and coaster stand the exact same size. In the process, the Avengers Backlot store, Monsters Inc., Hollywood Lounge, and the studio building would all go away. The Hollywood Backlot stage would be transformed into some sort of a park space like we see out at EPCOT, and this would mean, good news, Avengers is growing beyond the campus, possibly having the Avengers Campus storyline be for new recruits, but outside of the campus, a city of heroes where you can see the Avengers in action getting to work. This would also mean a possible Avengers show at the Hyperion Theater, which through the magic of theater production, we could see characters like the Hulk or Thanos finally come to life. And the PhilharMagic building could become a Earth's Mightiest Heroes show for small recruits. Like I said, a bit ambitious, but with the continued box office success of the Marvel franchise, an Avengers-themed Cosmic Rewind in this part of Hollywood Backlot would also mean that the original promised e-ticket for Avengers Campus would also have been constructed, putting 2 new high-adventure e-tickets into Disney's California Adventure, finally delivering on the promise of adventure. Location number 3 takes us over to Disneyland proper. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge was built with a future expansion plot of land already included. Moving some backstage buildings off property would give us the entire 190,000 square foot needed to create a West Coast version of Cosmic Rewind, with zero compromise, to create a totally functional and immersive queue and a full ride system, allowing us to possibly fly an X-Wing in an epic dogfight or go on a mission with the Mandalorian. The launch tunnel would be the perfect way to jump into hyperspace, and the jumping from scene to scene could allow us to go to various locations, interacting with familiar characters, an adventurous and thrilling Star Wars experience. Due to the use of the video boards, this attraction could adapt along with the franchise. Entering the attraction from the tunnel that West Coast citizens of Batuu board and unboard the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser would give the West Coast version of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge an epic Star Wars experience. And Disneyland Forward could bring us 2 more realistic locations. If you were to go through the doors of the Pixar Promenade, there is 55,000 square feet of backstage space available for the pre-show building. The launch tunnel would have more than enough room to shoot us over or under Disneyland Drive, where the 70,000 square foot coaster building could easily live inside of the Simba parking lot. This attraction is designed around sound. You could either jump from Pixar film to Pixar film or bring a local's favorite like Coco alive, all while jumping from scene to scene, favorite song to favorite song that exists inside of the Pixar universe. In our last location, sorry, it's not you, Tomorrowland. Putting Cosmic Rewind inside of Tomorrowland would mean giving up Autopia, Finding Nemo submarines, and also, this is an important one, the monorail. There simply is not enough room to bring this into Tomorrowland, but the last space that I could imagine that it would be, our final destination, is a part of Disneyland Forward. I believe at some point, the Toy Story parking lot will become a third gate of Disneyland in the next decades. Out of the available 3.1 million square feet of this newly imagined park, I can make a strong argument that it would be very worthy of giving up 6% of its land for a newly imagined version of this attraction, a Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind on the West Coast. It may not have that theme, it won't be about that IP, but the technology of an Omnimover blazing you on a thrilling ride that actually can tell a story at the same time, friends, that's too tempting not to come to the Disneyland Resort.